Hello everyone who's just desperate to make the best old plane possible. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. Let's build! So we're back again with our laser air superiority jet fighter, which people were quick to point out was less of a jet fighter and more of a kind of thrustercraft corvette thing, because it's kind of big and it's not very plane-like. And of course, the first thing you notice is that I'm getting rid of the decoration I did last time, because upon further reflection I didn't like it. This thing is going to have some kind of face on it. I'm not sure what, but it definitely needs a face of some kind. So I wasn't sure going into this what else there was left to do with this thing, because it already kind of did everything I wanted it to do, which is basically be a fly swatter. So I was just kind of warming up at this point, thinking, like, what can we do aesthetically? You do still need some rubber on it, just to for safety purposes, but I still wanted wings on it. So some people might hate this, but I wanted deco wings. But I wanted, like, futuristic kind of energy wings, so to speak. So we're just mucking around with some delicious wedges, not potato wedges. Concentrate, BorderWise. Don't think about potatoes right now. I'm thinking about potatoes right now. That is terrible. So, I think, like, some people object to this kind of deco stuff, but, yeah, like, I like it. Sometimes you just gotta vibe with it, you know? Sometimes you just want a pretty thing without extra blocks. So, yeah, like, are we happy now? Does this look like a plane now? Wings aren't finished, by the way, and it's, like, very basic as wings. I should probably, change them a bit. In fact, like, not even sure if this is going to be... I don't think there's going to be a part 3 of this, because I think at this point I'm going to... I can test it in the campaign. With what I ended up here, I can test it in a little campaign run, so look forward to that. What the hell else are we gonna do? There are other things I kind of want to build. Like with the Onyx Watch, I kind of managed to do the things that I wanted to. But yeah, like, what do here? I mean, I could test it in a custom campaign too. I do want to make at least one ship. Like, one proper ship. Because that Onyx Watch thing, those of you who watched the campaign commentary when I just blew through the Onyx Watch campaign, like, that thing wasn't intended to be part of this fleet. And I don't think I'm going to stick with it because, well, it is a cram boat, which is just about the least meta thing in the entire world. And, yeah, just it ain't what the doctor ordered. Also, the fact that you can just swap meshes out like that is really nice, and I always forget how this rotation thing actually works. So this is we're on a hiding to nowhere right here. Passport. Oh no, what are you doing? And that's what I just give up and just do that. Oh, thank you, Hawkins, for the for that one deco tutorial. Shout out to Hawkins, by the way. They make From the Depths content, and it's criminally underrated because I suspect the YouTube algorithm has no idea what to do with it. It's like there's machinima on there. It's like, what's it called? Misallocation. There we go. A lot of love put in that series. I've shouted it out on the channel before. So yeah, go watch that after this, and after you've watched every other video on the channel. And I do mean all of them. Every single one, including the poopy ones. I mean, there are no poopy ones. What? Who said that? So anyway, we are kind of stumbling on kind of a bootleg Scarlet Dawn. Starlet Dawn? You're a star! Alright, so the one person who commented making the shaky tail more slow, I attempted that. I'm not sure if I managed. I think I did. Anyway, it seems to actually help a little bit, and that decoy is honestly one of the reasons why this thing is, like, just kind of just good. Like, I really actually in the end didn't change that much about this thing. So there's a lot of... This is mostly a faffing around video. It's just me trying to slow this down a little bit so it's less jarring. I don't think that did anything, which is interesting. So yeah, it's just got a little waggy tail. Waggy, 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 waggy tail. Waggy, waggy tail. And just looking at all this, just what else are we doing? It's just some aesthetics right here. Aesthetics is the hard bit, honestly. Like, everything else in From the Depths is hard, but this is harder. Okay then, so as tends to be the case in my builds, there comes a point where I'm like, damn it, I need to add stuff. And trail generators are fun. I completely forgot these were added, so that's handy. That is handy dandy. So I just set them to red, and we can do all kinds of stuff there. Probably could have stuck those elsewhere, but I did not, so I didn't. And I just stuck with this for now. This like nice traily trail. Nothing amazing. Could have made them a lot bigger, honestly. But, you know what? That'll do. Hooray! And this is the point where I'm like, alright, let's test against something. Testing against the Aero Tyrant is, like, really more a test to see how well this does against, like, a large craft, rather than, a good test of air superiority, because the Aero Tyrant... Actually, earlier today when I'm recording this, like, people in the Patreon Discord, which I have, by the way, sign up for Patreon, you get in there, we're talking about how the Aero Tyrant is, like, quite a weak godly, and not a super good example of an effective large plane. And that's mostly because it's trying to be semi-realistic in the whole vibe, so to speak. This thing doesn't even have laser defense, I just realized. Also, I have no idea what that laser is currently aiming at. That's a little weird. So at this point, I'm trying to think of ways to, like, up-gun our laser jet fighter, which is... I remembered last time I said, like, had names for this, and I completely forgot what I suggested to myself. So, remembering that the theme is metal bands, we've got the Ailstorm Gremlin already. What was this, like, maybe I should make this, like, I don't know. I think I suggested the term, like, the name Dragon Force for this fella before. I'm not sure if this is dragony enough, although that's what Deco is for. Dragony stuff. Honestly, I could just, you know, put little dragony things on it, and it'll be really... And it'll probably be... Well, it's more dragony than it used to be, that's for sure. It's got actual... something that looks like wings now. Alright, I believe this is the point in the video where I decide to myself, you know what I should do? I should make sure this thing is actually an improvement on previous air superiority fighters that I've made. So here we go into the Caravonian Rebellion folder. So, some of you may or may not remember, I played through the Caravonian Rebellion, live streamed that, in fact. It's still on the channel somewhere, I think. But yeah, so the LASF, Laser Air Superiority Fighter, Swordfish was very, very useful during that campaign. Like, incredibly useful. That thing... I used that throughout the entire campaign, and it just worked really well. It was just a fast thing with lasers, and it was very good at shooting down aircraft. In this particular case, it is doing a very good job shooting down aircraft. So at this point, I'm like, oh dear. Oh no, this is not going well. Did I, in fact, do better previously? Which is always never a nice thing to think about. Admittedly, neither of these things is really designed to be shot at with lasers. So there is that. That is a problem. So yeah, at this point, I probably end up staring at this combat testing a little bit too much. The main problem here is that the Swordfish is actually kind of tanky. It's just like it's got reasonably thick armor for what its job is supposed to do. And I do have to say, those ducts are doing great work there on our new laser jet fighter. They're doing great work here. I think part of the problem here as well is that our new fighter can't really focus down any one area because the Swordfish keeps pitching up and down. Meanwhile, the Swordfish can just repeatedly land shots. It's actually got right into the AI compartment and almost AI deaded it, so there is that. So yeah, really need to adjust that. I'm trying to remember as well, like what kind of thing the Swordfish uses. So now dogfighting is happening now that the thing is slowing down a bit. And at this point, I think I also decide, because currently our new jet fighter here is focusing on hot blocks, which is a problem on the Swordfish because the hot blocks are at the rear, which is moving the most. So yeah, that's like, yeah, at that point I'm like, all right, we need to change this a little bit. We need to absolutely change this quite a bit. And I was just wanted to test against the Snowboarder, and I'm embarrassed to say that the Snowboarder is probably like worse than both this new fighter and the old Swordfish. I'm not sure why I did. I think I really wanted to make more of an actual plane, except this thing is This thing is made of, like, real cardboard. This is a glass cannony build, which is, like, even more hard-countered by lasers than anything else. So, looking back on the snowboarder, it's not a bad vehicle, but man, oh man, it is not as good as it could be. Not by a long shot. It's trying to do too many things at once. In particular, like, arming it with every weapon just means all of the weapons it has are kind of bad. So, yeah, like, turns out one good laser is a lot better than, like, 2 crap lasers, 2 crap APS, and 2 crappy missile volleys. Also, actually having some armor turns out to be a pretty good idea. So, yeah, at this point I'm thinking, like, alright, we gotta laser-proof this thing somehow. And smoke is kind of out of the question. I think I do try that at some point. But what I really go for is I put 2-axis, I have 2-axis shield turrets. So, this is something that I do because I hate setting up shields. I've always hated setting up shields and From the Depths. Like, I really hate just how fiddly it is. You're just messing with sliders. And yes, I know you can prefab. Shut up. Shut up, leave me alone. But yeah, it's all just kind of rough. So yeah. This is just me making sure that the thing can aim, or not. Alright, so, no. This is the point where I'm like, alright, let's see, does the smoke interfere with the laser? And the answer is yes, it will. It will absolutely interfere with the laser, and that's not what we want. So, unfortunately, if you're going with a laser-heavy craft, you really gotta rely on shields for your laser defense. Which, to be fair, the devs have kind of, like, made it so that smoke isn't 100% necessary. But at the same time, it is kind of 100% necessary if you want decent laser defense. Like, it is just kind of important. So this is me just testing to see whether the thing can actually do correctly. And yes, this thing shot itself just a little bit. And just a little bit of extra power to power the shields. And we'll also hopefully stop APS shells from absolutely ruining our day as well. And it's lovely, lovely, lovely to see how quickly this thing tears apart a Hake squadron. Lovely, lovely fly swatting. Lovely, lovely indeed. Yes. The flying knot canoe. We all live in a flying knot canoe. And at this point I realized, I was like, hang on a minute, we got extra space in here. Like, we can add a little bit more laser. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. And can anyone see the mistake I just made? Because I made a mistake. I made a big mistook. I've been mistooken. What have I been mistooken for? I don't know. And this is also just putting some extra poles on the sides there just to get a little bit of extra HP and a little bit of extra armor. And just double checking. Where is it? This is the aim point selection. Going from hot blocks to clusters of blocks. Because this thing, by the way, has burny lasers. It has that... what's it called again? It's got the thing. What is it? I've forgotten what it's called. What's that thing that goes on the laser combiner that makes it like do more fire damage at the expense of like laser damage? I forget. But anyway. And at this point I realized, oh bollocks, of like that's not correct at all. Actually, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, did that thing get damaged already? Did all the Q switches get shot off? No, I just forgot to place some on there. So there we go, there's some Q switches. Little bit of Q switches, little bit of Q switches, little bit of Q switches for you and me. I've had a lot of coffee. Okay then. So now, round 3. So at this point I was like, alright, I'm going to keep tweaking this thing until it can somewhat comfortably beat the laser swordfish, because it's got to beat the previous King of the Skies, or at least the King of the Skies that I made. So this is me just checking to see if those shields are doing anything. They're doing something. They're doing a little bit. Not great. But also going for block clusters means that against the swordfish it goes straight for the laser turrets, which is very convenient, actually. And there you go. Very, very convenient indeed. And also this highlights something important about an improvement over this laser jet fighter over the swordfish, is that because this thing has the turrets mounted top and bottom rather than side to side, it's hard to get on its bad side, so to speak. So you'll need to basically clobber it top and bottom in order to stop it shooting at you. But the swordfish, you only need to take out one turret and stay on the crippled side of it, and then you'll be fine. Also, I am noticing that the laser is now noticeably more strong, which is very nice, actually. And so now there's actual maneuvering, and this thing is doing great. Possibly a bit of RNG involved in there. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's how you do, it's how you go. Also, the swordfish is not going for the heat decoy ever, which there is one. So right now is where I'm like, yeah, okay, this is good. This is good, this is good. We like that. Also, alloy is quite fire resistant, but also it does burn. And that whole, is it the wavefront adjuster? What the hell is it called? That's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to look it up after this video. So you don't have to tell me, but you can tell me, because there's every chance that I've forgotten to look it up after this video. Every chance. Seriously. I am a forgetful Freddy. Okay then, so, yep, just lots of combat testing. Me wanting to... I actually recall thinking to myself, is like, alright, we really need to actually just make sure that this works, that this isn't just a fluke. So our new friend is at 92% health, and the laser swordfish is at 80%. We're going to wait and see until the laser's completely disabled or this thing despawns. And then we can safely say that our new friend is superior, or at the very least good enough for our purposes. Hooray! Might want to actually add more frequency doublers or make a faster laser. People say that 2Q and 3Q lasers are not worth it, but I suspect that the laser swordfish uses them and it works pretty well. Sizzle, 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 sizzle. So yeah, this is the basic. This is less a let's build and more a let's combat test, but similar premise at the very least. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. And now we're going to switch over to, where is it? Steel Sovereigns, because there's planes in here which are a real bastard to shoot down. And so I wanted to test our new friend against them. And, yeah, just gotta try and find some planes. And I think the first thing I do is spawn some planes. Also, as I spawned this, I remembered that Steel Sovereigns uses auto detection. So that does kind of throw things off a little bit. It means the enemy planes can't fight back very well, but it was more about being able to hit a very fast target, because Steel Sovereign's planes are like generally a lot faster than what Nitra has. So there is that. So yeah, the laser friend is the laser friend. That's its name. Is doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well against these, and I'm trying to remember the one damn thing. There's certain bombers which are just incredibly fast in Steel Sovereigns, which are a real pain to shoot down. I think this is actually one of them. It's so fast and flies so far away when it feels the snake bite into its veins that it's just a real pain to shoot down. It just flies away and flies so fast that even lasers kind of had trouble with it. And because it's made of metal, it doesn't burn very well, like at all. Like, there's bits of paint being chipped off, it's 2% health like that. And yeah, it's like, at this point I'm like, alright, we really, really need to... we need to add some more firepower to this thing, because the lasers are good, they're good for fly swatting, but we need something against a slightly sturdier target, so yeah, I kind of look at this thing, I have a thing, I was like, alright, so that's basically missiles, right? Because missiles are nice and compact, and that works well. And looking in there, thinking, what can we do? I just realized I can add more laser in there. Just looking at it now. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! All right, I need to go back and do that. Where's me notes? I don't have any. Okay, I'll note that right now. Laser jet fighter. More laser. Yeah, I'm literally just going over this thinking, what else can I do here? That is the problem with some builds, is like, this thing already kind of does everything I wanted to do, which is swat flies for a somewhat reasonable price. At this point, I'm like toying with the idea of vertically launched missiles, and then I realized to myself, that's not going to work well, like, at all. That's not going to work well at all. How, like... the thing is trying to fly. It's going to end up flying too close to its target in order to like do anything. So that's a bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue. A bit of a tissue. Alright, so at this point I'm going to take my this missile interceptor turret and then do some modifications. I use this turret all over the place. It's whenever I feel lazy, I just like stick that thing on, and it's like it does the trick. Honestly, it's not very pretty, but it does do the trick. So just some medium missiles. Just a little bit of extra firepower, because I've learned my lesson with the bloody snowboarder is, like, don't use small missiles, like, ever. They're good for interceptors, and that's about it. Like, interceptors, maybe AI missiles if you are allergic to hit-scan weapons for some reason. But yeah, that's it. So, like, yeah. Medium missiles also arguably aren't great, but a large missile would probably be overkill on this thing. Maybe. Could possibly get away with a little chin-mounted particle cannon or something like that. But yeah, it's like plus missiles. So new version here, just in case. And what did I end up doing with those missiles? EMP missiles. And I remembered just in the nick of time that to swap that out for not that. And yeah. Yeah, and also just remembering the range limits and all that stuff, because short-range missiles are short-ranged. And this is just me going to double-check that everything is working correctly. And the missiles are not going to hit the flying squirrels, like, whatsoever. And what happened there? What happened there? Oh, right, I spawned them in on my team. I think that was a bug, actually. That was a horrible bug, and those missiles are, as expected, pretty bloody useless against flying squirrels, because flying squirrels are like that. Also, I kind of want to make that that wiggly tail a lot longer, because it's not good enough. Not good enough. Alright, so testing against the Gotha. Does that hit? No, it does not. And the Gotha is a fun target because it explodes like really spectacularly, and I really yep, the Gotha is fun to shoot. And missiles seem to be on target at the very least. This is definitely like something. I guess like there's at least one comment that said like, yeah, look, if it's got jets and it fights, then it's a jet fighter. Technically, if you've got water jets and you fight, you are a jet fighter, but you're a water jet fighter. You can mention the water bit, or not, as you please. So, let's see, I'm messing around with like single pixel IR seekers at this point, and I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, wait, no, wrong thing. I was a bit flustered at this point, because I was like, what else? It's that point to the builder, it's like, how do I improve this? I'm out of ideas. So just messing around with that, and of course a single EMP warhead is not going to do frickin' anything. Not anything at all. Nothing whatsoever. I'm not sure why I thought it would. So yeah, this is just going to be the Z missiles. And they hit there, and the surge protectors do what surge protectors do best. And I think, yeah, what can we talk about? I mean, they're kind of doing something, I guess, but not really enough to justify having that. Like, you need a lot more EMP than that to have something, like, noticeable. Sizzle, sizzle. And I believe at this point, just if part of RNG, if nothing else, our new laser friend is, like, kind of losing. So, where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, right! I realize at one point there's like, you know what missiles need? Ammunition. So, over 6,000 hours of play, I sometimes still forget that, like, you know what missiles really need? Ammunition. And at this point, I remember they actually need quite a bit of ammunition. So, unfortunately, there's a bit of cost creep going on with our friend here. He's getting more expensive. Unfortunately. Also, in case you're wondering, like, why the shield turrets look like that, there's a decoed glass block on them, so I can visually see how much space they need. So yeah, there is that. And just make sure that that is all good. See how well this does. Yeah, it's slightly more expensive than the laser swordfish now, but it's slightly more versatile too. Honestly, could have... it's a tall order, actually, to have something like so versatile that it can handle any kind of thing. I really need to have a dedicated anti-submarine weapon. And right there, this thing got burned slightly. And this thing is getting shot in the ass a lot, and I don't like that. And there, something gets sizzled very nicely. And I think through sheer RNG, this... wait, no, it's actually pretty even right now, which is bad, because the laser swordfish is cheaper. We don't like that. And I think at this point I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Those missiles should do great against that. And I really need to reinforce that rear hull, actually. So, hold on. Because it does get chased by things. How do you spell reinforce? Reinforce rear hull just a little bit. Preferably with something that... preferably with stone, actually. And at this point I'm like, alright, let's see here. Aero Tyrant, how do we do here? I don't think the Aero Tyrant's... missile defense is super great. But thankfully... Oh yeah, aiming for block clusters as well makes this a lot easier. Because it goes... Instead of going for, like, hot blocks, which are, like, well-armored, just goes for, like, any cluster of, like, small blocks. I forgot the Aero Tyrant. Here's the thing. The Aero Tyrant has got such style. You gotta love it. And yeah, so, like, you know, just chucking some incendiary missiles at something. I could probably find ways of, making this thing cheaper. Unfortunately, anything with lasers is generally not that cheap, because laser bits are expensive, and the things that power lasers are also expensive. There's really no cheap weapon system in From the Depths, not effective ones anyway. And this one, I'm just hoping that that tail section gets like trimmed off. And this one, I'm just like, I kind of zone out to this point and just enjoy the Bernie, enjoy the Bernie Sanders as you do. So yeah, I freaking love the Aero Tyrant. I want to make something like the Aero Tyrant at some point. Whoopsie daisy, something goes kablooey. Hooray! It's almost like shooting at something that is a big slow target and made of metal is really nice. At that point I'm like, hooray! And what do I end up doing here? It's like, I want to test it again. I think, yeah, I tested against the Eerie for a little bit. It's just saying like, alright, let's make sure that this thing can put a dent on a larger target. And right here, it's got its ass blown up a little bit, because the Eerie actually has a decent fast APS on the top there. And this thing is mostly focused on being a Bernie laser, so Bernie Sanders not work good against metal. And just a few medium missiles as well doesn't really do the trick. So I think to myself, like, alright, so what if we spam these things? The Eerie is about 800,000 materials, so what if we spawn in 5 of these guys? So this is the great thing about a craft that are like under 100k, is that you can actually have a bunch of them all at once. So for campaign designs, that's actually a really good cost for them, because it means you can afford them early, and they can hopefully be somewhat useful throughout the whole campaign, so to speak. At this point, I just enjoy the light show. It's very nice. It's very nice indeed, and like shooting the Eerie from all directions is very, very satisfying, because this thing has traumatized many a new player, and because it's like, it's got basically cardboard on its butt for armor, so it's all very nice, and we're all evading its APS and all that very nicely, and whenever the laser is getting into something flammable, it is setting fire to things, and that is very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice, very, very nice, very, 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 very nice. Whee! So zap, zap, zap. So there's confirmation that a team of these guys is a nice threat to larger craft. Really should test this thing against something with smoke. Probably the Banshee would be a good test for that. Actually, that's a good plan. That's right. All right. So test. Did I test against the Banshee before? I think test against Banshee, because that'll be a good thing. Sizzle, sizzle. Funny thing about cram components as well. They burn. They really burn a lot. They are very Bernie Sanders indeed. This is so satisfying to watch these guys just go. And I need to put a face on it. So, yeah, like I said, probably not going to be a part 3 of this, because there's just going to be a lot of tinkering at this point, a lot of faffing around. And face of some kind. More dragony. Alright, and this one I'm like, let's test against the Rook, just for giggles. And the Rook, hilariously, is smaller than this thing, so... yeah. We're just gonna go sizzle, 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 sizzle. Hooray, hooray, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Sausage sizzle. And I think I'm actually tempted to not have, actually, you know what I could do? I could extend the barrels a little bit. So, extend barrels. Remove barrel armor, because that's probably not that helpful to begin with. So, that is it for this Let's Combat test and tweak, I guess? Less of a build. And thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like a Patreon exclusive Discord, where you can hang out with me and other cool people. We can talk about laser jet fighters and other jet fighters as well, I guess. And at the highest tier, I will build stuff or draw stuff for you, because I can do that. I have the power. And do check out my other channels and my Twitch. I stream from the depths twice a week. I stream a different video game, which varies a bit once a week, and I do an art stream, so come hang out with me. It'll be great fun. And those streams all have their own VOD channels as well, so go check those out. Best background noise this side of the Southern Hemisphere, because I live in the Southern Hemisphere. Have a great one! Farewell!